Hey there, Kodandi here, and this is the Third Eye Awake channel, and I have been going down some rabbit holes on YouTube. I kind of spent a lot of time in the spirituality YouTube, and wow, there's something. It's a place. And so I started watching the mental health YouTube, which is also very interesting. And I think it's great that people are on YouTube talking about their mental health because it is such a taboo subject. And it is something that I think people need to be more open about. And I also went and I looked into the life coaching side of YouTube, which is really not my place. But back to spirituality YouTube. So I am not really a New Age person. I've never really been a New Age person, but I have a lot of contact with the New Age community, New Age philosophies, beliefs, practices, simply because I'm involved with alternative religion and have been for a long time. And, seeing all of this stuff on YouTube, some of these YouTube mystics are well-meaning but clueless. That there are a lot of people out there who are making videos, very popular people that are making videos about things that they know absolutely nothing about and have no personal experience with. That they saw that there's some hot topic, and so they just read some blogs, looked at some other YouTube videos, and made their own YouTube video about it. Just sort of parroting back whatever information they found without really deeply experiencing it. Or really, I think, sometimes they don't even really understand it, honestly. And then you get the YouTube channels that are just some, automated computer voice reading out someone's blog, which is its own kind of special department. Don't watch those channels. Those are just I know they're very pretty, but they're trash. Just don't bother. And then you get people that are well-meaning but really dangerous. Really, really dangerous. And, people that are trying to be authorities when they really have no experience, and they're advising people, trying to be helpful and just not. It's just bad. It's just really bad. And then we get people that are just complete and total frauds and con artists. And I'm not going to name names because some of these people are very, very popular, but I think it's pretty obvious who they are. I mean, these people, immediately when I saw them, I'm like, this person's a fraud. This person is lying. So then how do we know spiritual truth? Because, this isn't something that falls under science. We don't have a scientific method. But in Hinduism, we do. We have these three things called pramanas. There's the Shastra Pramana, there is the Apta Pramana, and there is the Atma Pramana. These are three ways of knowing. And so these are three ways that we can compare our own experience and other teachings to know that this is not something that's just pulled out of thin air, that these are solid, safe traditions. So the first one, Shastra Pramana, is when something has a text, when it is written in the scriptures, in the Vedas, in the Agamas somewhere, that this is a thing that happens. So that is Shastra Pramana, when there is a scriptural basis and a scriptural background coming from, these ancient scriptures that are hundreds and thousands of years old. And these are things that have stood the test of time, and that were, most of these were oral tradition before they were written down. So these are things that humans have been experiencing consistently for a very long time. And so you can trust that these things are going to work and that they are safe and effective. The next one, Apta Pramana. This is the personal experience of an enlightened master, someone who has the Vedas and the Agamas as an authority, where they personally experienced something, that is like written in there. So, and because they are enlightened, they have, a better basis for understanding and knowing and judging these things that happen. So there we are. We have Shastra Pramana, which is a scriptural backing. We have the Apta Pramana, which is the, backing of an enlightened master who has the knowledge and experience to be able to discern things that are good and safe and true. And then we have the Atma Pramana. So the Atma Pramana is your own personal experience, which is probably like the most important one, but also the one that people get so hung up on, that you have to experience these things for yourself, that there is no other way to understand if you do not personally experience these things. But then also, it's not like you need more than just your personal experience, because some of us are kind of messed up, and some of us have personal experiences that are really weird and really out there, and some of us have personal experiences that are absolutely 100% uniquely our own and are not something that you're going to find, any sort of scriptural information about, or any enlightened master having an experience about. So yeah, you absolutely need your own personal experience, but you also need to do a little research and find out if your personal experience is unique to you and personal for you only, or is it something that other people have experienced and that they've written about. So those are the 3 ways to know the truth. And, here in the Adinam, anything and everything we do is backed up by these 3 ways of knowing the truth. And, even the yoga poses that we do, while we are doing yoga, there is someone up there chanting the Sanskrit verses that reference the yoga poses that we're doing. We're not just randomly contorting our bodies into funny shapes for entertainment. We are, referencing scriptural instructions for yoga poses. So that's, why these kinds of things are important. And this is a way to know the truth. Now, rewind back before I got involved in Hinduism, I was involved in European pagan Reconstructionist religion, where, the religion that we were practicing had died out and been completely destroyed. And while there were certainly, bits and pieces in folklore that had survived from ancient times, that for the most part the religion was dead. And so, there are people reviving and reconstructing these religions and making them workable for today. And so when we are reviving a dead religion, we use these same sorts of things to check our work. So first of all, we use archaeological record, historical records. Some cultures have more historical records than others. But we use, archaeology, historical records, folklore, even if you're studying languages, things like that, to get bits and pieces of practice and belief. Then we also have what people lovingly call personal gnosis, where they have some, experience, and, the whatever deity comes to them and says, I really like peanuts, and I want you to offer peanuts, or, you know, whatever random thing. And so if only one person experiences that, is a personal gnosis between, you know, the individual and the deity, or whatever. It is personal. And when talking about these things with other practitioners, people will note that this is a personal gnosis experience, that this deity wants peanuts as an offering. And this is actually like kind of based on a story that I heard once about a deity and some people's experience. Now, if you go out and you say, like, I, you know, was doing this meditation and this deity said they liked peanuts, and someone else is like, oh yeah, really, you too, they said the same thing to me, and then all of a sudden you've got like half a dozen people all saying, like, yes, this deity came to me and said, like, I want peanuts for an offering, and then you have a shared gnosis. So, you know, like, if enough other people experience it in Reconstructionist religion, they start to give it some credit, even if it is not documented, even if there's no archaeological record, because for a lot of these cultures, there is little documentation and, you know, very little archaeological record. So much of it has to come from personal work, from, you know, drawing from other traditions and things like that. So even there, they have built a system where there are no scriptures, where there are no enlightened masters. People have built a tradition following the same sort of pattern of knowing the truth. So this is important. This is very important. So next time you click on some YouTube mystic video, like, who is this person? Where's their information from? And what are they doing? What are they saying? Where does it come from? So yes, and, you know, everything my guru teaches here is backed by Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana. I only speak from my personal experience, and, you know, if there are I don't like carry around the scriptures to read out the scriptural references, but if there's anything that I say that you want a scriptural reference for, please get in touch with me. I will get it for you. So I know this video is kind of long. If you want to come here and study with a guru and experience this for yourself, have your personal experiences, learn about the scriptures, learn about the experiences of other enlightened beings, get in touch. Check out the description. There is a link for programs.nithyananda.org. There are a lot of offerings. Let me know if you need help getting here, making it happen. Leave a comment, send a message, connect with me on social media. I am here for you.